Hello, welcome to the Blue Quill feature highlights for version 6.3. For this release, we are excited to announce Rubrics. This video will focus on rubrics and how different users in Blue Quill will interact with them. I will cover how a course designer creates a rubric, how an instructor will use a rubric, and how a student will view the rubric. Let's get started. To build a rubric, the score tool must be turned on. Once the score tool is turned on, you will see a switch to turn the rubric on or off. Click the switch to turn it on. When the rubric is turned on, you will get the rubric editor. Here I see a simple rubric with only 2 boxes. I can add more columns and rows by clicking these plus buttons next to the column or the row. I can remove columns and rows by clicking the trash icons next to the columns or rows. For this example, let's do a simple rubric with 3 columns and 2 rows. I have the ability to label my criterion for each row, along with a description for that criterion. For this example, I'll make the first row grammar and spelling, and the second row ideas and content. I can also provide a short description for each criterion underneath. Next, I can add the levels for the columns. For this example, I will write minimal, adequate, and great. Notice that with each column heading, it syncs that heading for every row. I can also add a detailed level descriptor for each cell. To do so, click the down arrow under the cell. I can add these as sentences, or if I want to do it like bullet points, I can add additional descriptors with the plus button. I will add something for each cell. Now, or I could have done this for the first step, I will add the max score for each row in the final column where it says max score. When I do this, I will be given a range of points for each cell, and the total amount of points for this assignment will be automatically added. I can adjust the ranges in each cell however I want using these sliders. Ranges will be put in automatically, if necessary. I could also put the total in as 2 points, which wouldn't require a range. I can have different max scores for each row. When I am done with my rubric, I click Done Editing and Save. Now, when the course runs, the rubric will show in the in-object grading of the course. For an assignment with a rubric, instructors can grade a student's work by using the rubric. This will be done with in-object grading. The instructor will see a roster on the right inside the object. Select the name of the student who needs to be graded, and the rubric will also appear. The instructor can simply select the cells for each row based on how the student did on the assignment. The instructor can also see the descriptors of each cell by clicking the down arrows at the bottom of the cell. Selecting these cells will start to add the total score at the top and give a blue check mark for what has been selected. Checking the cell will automatically select the midpoint of the range. If the instructor wants to choose a different score within the range, they can click the arrows on the right and the left of the cell. Grades are automatically saved, but need to be published to the students by the instructor. The instructor can close this student and move on to the rest of the students in the roster before publishing, or they can publish each student's grade as they go. The total grade will be synced to the grade grid. Students will not see the scored rubric until the grade is published by the instructor. For assignments with a rubric, students can view the rubric next to the object content of that assignment. Here, they can read the criterion that they are being graded on per row. They can see the detailed descriptors for each cell by clicking on the down arrow at the bottom of each cell. For a graded assignment that has been published, the student can see exactly which cells the instructor selected, as well as the descriptors for each cell when they click on the down arrow on the bottom of the cell. Those were some of the highlights from release 6.3 and Rubrics. We will continue to enhance this feature in future releases. Thanks for watching.